Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of TEW 2020 WWE. Here is finally, it is the go home shows heading into SummerSlam. SummerSlam, the biggest party of the summer. We've all been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it most definitely. I cannot wait to just, book it. Finally, I've been planning about it for so long and we're finally nearly here. Just one more episode of each show to get through. And I don't know about you, but I just want to jump right into them, honestly. To finalise these cards, as always, Raw, NXT, Smackdown, and then we'll go over the match card at the end. Match card video on Thursday, SummerSlam on Saturday, and Sunday. 2-night event, everybody. I cannot wait, and so let's just jump right into it, shall we? Kicking off things, as always, with another episode of Monday Night Raw, which gets underway with a contract signing. Out comes, first of all, Kyle O'Reilly, and then he's followed by Triple H, who is joined by his chosen superstars, the WWE Champion Kevin Owens, the Raw Tag Team title contenders Adam Cole, Finn Balor, and Andrade Cien Almas, or just Andrade, come out. They all wait by a ringside, surrounding the ring, each taking a side, as Kyle sits on one end of the table and Triple H at the other. And both men get a chance to speak. Kyle says that at SummerSlam, he gets this moment. You see, he waited so long to get out of Adam Cole's shadow. And he got his opportunity. He won the Rumble. He chose Adam Cole. Main event of WrestleMania. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly finally did it. Finally became WWE Champion. And that chance wasn't handed to me like it has been to Adam all these years. Adam went from NXT to Smackdown and he walked right into a Universal Championship program with Otis. But me, I come here and I fight to be a tag champion. I fight to be US champion. I fight in the King of the Ring tournament to get to the King of the Ring final. I fight to win the Rumble from number one. I fought for everything I've ever got in this company. And then you want to say, Hunter, you want to say that that's not enough. You want to say that I don't deserve it. Say that after everything I've done, all the blood, sweat, and tears I put into this, that I still did not deserve to be a WWE champion. I call you a liar for that. I earned that WWE championship. It was not handed to me. I ripped it from the hands of the man who said I didn't deserve it. And I had that title, and I would still have that title if it wasn't for you, Triple H, hand-picking as always who should sit atop of the golden throne that is the WWE with the WWE Championship. It can't just go to anybody, can it? No. It has to go to someone Triple H gave the big thumbs up and finger point to. And maybe that wasn't me. And maybe, or definitely, it won't be the guy that kicks Kevin's ass over there and takes it from him. Hopefully Pete Dunne comes SummerSlam as well. You see, Hunter, I don't care how much power you think you have here at SummerSlam when it's just you and me, no holds barred. I will break you. I will put every thought I've had in my head these past 2 months since you stole the WWE Championship from me. I will put every single part of myself into that match, and I will break you. Triple H laughing and saying that, Kyle, you can try to rewrite history. You can try and pretend otherwise, but you were never good enough. You will never be good enough. You're a good hand, Kyle. You're a good one half of a tag team champion. Hell, you got a nice little mid-card reign for all you done for the company, sure. But you're not the guy who stands one and above all as the WWE champion. You never have been, you never will be. Not until the sun burns out. Not until my corpse is rotting in its grave. Not until these audiences have emptied. Not until the WWE Championship is but a footnote in history, Kyle. It's never gonna happen, and you gotta get used to that. You becoming WWE Champion will be looked back on as one of the darkest days in the history of this company, and those dark days are finally over. The sun has risen. The game has made it rise. And you wanted this, Cole. You want SummerSlam, you want me, but just know that a lot of people have wanted me in the past. A lot of people have had problems with me. A lot of people wanted a match with me. A lot of people wanted it no holds barred, no disqualification, anything goes. And all of those people got put down, Kyle. And you will be just like all the others. Both men signing the contract for 0100. Kyle O'Reilly, Triple H, SummerSlam, no holds barred. Oh, hopefully it'll be good. It'll be Triple H's first match since Batista. WrestleMania 34, I think. 35? I genuinely couldn't tell you. I think that would be his last match. So, big. Huge. Kyle O'Reilly, Triple H. As then Kyle standing up. Triple H standing up as well. And then Owens, Cole, Balor, and Andrade climbing onto the aprons and getting into the ring. All standing by Triple H. The table moved, and it's just Triple H with his 4 boys behind him, standing across from Kyle. Kyle takes off his shirt. He's ready for a fight. When out comes the Raw Tag Team Champions, Randy Orton and Chad Gable, have their own problems with Cole and Balor, and they stand either side of Kyle, putting their titles down, ring gear ready, standing across from Triple H and his chosen. As yes, then to join them, out comes MJF. MJF not seen since Crown Jewel, where after a lot of interference, Kevin Owens beat him to retain the WWE Championship. MJF making his return here and going down to the ring and standing beside Orton, Gable, and O'Reilly. And they all look at each other, and MJF says, "What are we waiting for?" And then just a massive brawl breaks out between the 4 of them and the 5 in the ring, and the 4 manage to overpower them. Triple H getting out of there, leaving it quite 4-on-4 for a bit. And in the end, it is the good guys here, which is weird to say when MJF's on that side, but the good guys who clear out the ring. And the chosen can but look on for a 100. Very, very nice. And of course, big go-home show, big main event later tonight. Kevin Owens, Adam Cole, Finn Balor, and Andrade taking on Kyle O'Reilly, Randy Orton, Chad Gable, MJF, 4v4 banger inbound. Oh, big match, a lot of big names. Hopefully it'll be good. First off, though, tonight, in-ring wise, we kick off with the hardcore champion Damian Priest taking on Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser has Marcel Bartel, has Fabian Aichner and Gunther watching on from ringside as he gives a good effort, but Damian Priest does come out on top of the reckoning for a 79. Good match, 70 Priest, 66 Ludwig. Good match. Happy with that. After the match, Gunther gets in the ring and him and Damian Priest stare down one last time, heading into their hardcore championship match at SummerSlam. Good, 79, decent little opener. Okay. Then we go to Chase University. Andre Chase giving his lecture, giving his lesson when the doors smashed in and in walks Apollo Crews, Babatunde, and Omos. And a random student stands up like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And Omos kind of just grabs him and tosses him into the wall and he's storming forward. "What are you doing in my classroom, huh? This is Chase U ground. What are you doing here?" And Apollo Crews saying, "I'm not here for you, old man. I'm here for him." Looking at Edris standing up and Apollo going over and Apollo saying that, "You know, these games have been fun, but they're over. I should be heading to SummerSlam to become Intercontinental Champion again, but I'm not, because you got where you don't belong in that contenders match. And I've had enough of you, Edris. So finally, I'm going to give you exactly what you want. SummerSlam, Apollo Crews versus Edris and Nafe. You finally get the match you want to prove yourself, as you say. But be warned, Edris, when I beat you like I will, you have to leave Chase U." Edris and everyone else a bit pulled back. Andre saying, "Wait a minute," but Edris saying, "Deal." And Apollo laughing and saying that you thought that he would be a better teacher for you than I would. So prove it or leave them. For 43, Edris and Arfe versus Apollo Crews at SummerSlam. If Edris loses, he must leave Chase University. Ooh, the drama. As there we go to the ring. And we have the Intercontinental Champion Montez Ford calling out Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. Sheamus is number one contender, and Sheamus going down. Montez congratulating Sheamus on the win, and Sheamus saying he doesn't need your congratulations, fella. No. SummerSlam can't come soon enough. I'm finally going to take my championship that's been waiting and eluding me all my career. I'm finally going to win that final championship and finally complete my trophy cabinet. Because that's my destiny, son. And you ain't getting in the way of that, you bitch. And Ford. And Sheamus got back and forth. And Montez Ford saying, you know what, Sheamus? You're a tough guy. You're a hard guy. I don't know about you, but I don't want to wait. So let's get a ref out here and do this right now. For 100, for next up, Montez Ford versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. And a good match. Hard-hitting. Sheamus hard-hitting. Montez Ford hard-hitting himself. Doing some aerial shots as well. The match going on in the end. Sheamus, hitting away at his chest, readying for a bro kick. Charges at Montez, but is caught by a Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre for an 80. Good match. 82 Ford, 69 Sheamus. Nice. Drew McIntyre not seen since Sheamus injured him after Drew McIntyre beat him in the King of the Ring tournament. Returning and taking out Sheamus here with that big Claymore kick. Good match. McIntyre making his return immediately into Sheamus's business there. Lovely. Another good match. Match is going well this evening. As then we go backstage. Gable and Orton are talking. As in walks Angel Garza. Angel Garza, of course, the man who won those tag titles with Randy Orton, got taken out by Rude. Gable replaced him for their last defense. Garza saying he's back now, thanking Chad for stepping in, but he's ready to take his title back. And Gable's going to say, but Orton saying, actually, Angel, listen, you've got your thing going on with Rude. You got James Storm later tonight, and then you got you want to fight Robert Roode at SummerSlam, I'm hearing, and that's all well and good. And I think what's best for us right now is you go and deal with Robert Roode and James Storm and all of that. Me and Chad will deal with Adam Cole and Finn Balor at SummerSlam, and then you can take your championship back. I think you guys are a bit iffy on it, but saying then, okay, I beat Rude, and then I take that back. For 100. Nice. Very nice. Orton and Garza will team for that Raw Tag Title defense, and Garza will look to take on Robert Roode at SummerSlam. Before we have a video package play from Portela Muerte. Portela Muerte saying to Bayley, your time has come. Charlotte Flair, they say the strongest of the horsewomen, fell at my feet. Sasha Banks, they say one of the best in the world, fell at my feet and has not been seen since. And now, Bayley, it is your turn. You call yourself the role model. You say you are the best. But the best and the worst, they all die just the same, Bayley. And at SummerSlam, I will be waiting for you. And it's very simple, Bayley. You can meet me at SummerSlam and take your death as you should. Or you can try and flee, and it will catch you all the same. For I am Portela Muerte. I am the bringer of death. And it is time for number 3 to fall just as the others did. For 73, decent little promo from Portela. She is improving. Returned last week, attacking Bayley, setting her sights on Bayley for SummerSlam. Before next up, we do have an advertised match between Angel Garza and James Storm. Angel Garza does pick up the win with a wing clipper for another 81. Another good match. I think we had 79, 80, 81. So the matches are trending upward at least. 81 Garza, 51 James Storm. Good match. Happy with that. Garza Rude at SummerSlam will hopefully also be a good match. Before then, out comes the Women's World Champion over here on Raw, Alexa Bliss. And she's had enough. She says to Triple H, I approved myself. I beat everyone you put in front of me. Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler, Bayley, everyone you wanted to put in my path, I dealt with, and I beat them. I more than proved that I deserve to stand here as the Women's World Champion. Okay? And I've had enough of these games, okay? So just come out here and acknowledge that, please. And Triple H does come out, standing on the ramp in his suit. And he lifts the mic to his mouth.
Toxic.
When yeah, he's interrupted by, before he can even say anything, Toxic Attraction coming out. Rose, Dolan, and Jane coming down. Rose, women's Money in the Bank briefcase in hand, they head to the ring. And Mandy Rose saying to little Lexi that, you know, you can beat all those names, but they don't really mean anything. A bunch of has-beens and never was. But it's still, you've never beaten me, Lexi. Miss Money in the Bank, Mandy Rose, the moment. You've never beaten me. So I don't think you have proved you deserve that title. No, no, no. The thing is that I deserve that title. And the even bigger thing, Alexa, is that that title deserves Mandy Rose. For a 95, very good. When Triple H interrupts and says, listen, Mandy, you can cash in that women's Money in the Bank briefcase whenever you want for a title shot. Go ahead, but it isn't about you right now, Alexa. Alexa, this is about you. And sure, you beat all those names. That's great. And you proved you're very good. I don't think anyone was ever questioning that about you, Alexa. But still, you haven't proved you deserve to sit atop my women's division. And to do that, actually, you need one more challenge, Alexa. You need to beat one more person. You need to prove well and truly you deserve to sit atop the Raw Women's Division as its Women's World Champion, and I have the perfect name for you, Alexa. The woman who unquestionably is the best women's wrestler, maybe even just best wrestler on the planet. A woman who took her time and made her way to the top and proved she deserved to stay there. A woman who was maybe brought down by outside forces, but finally returns to mayhaps, Alexa, if you're not good enough, take back her crown. As yes, out comes, as Triple H says, Io Sky. And Io coming out onto the ramp, doing her hood thing. Triple H giving her the mic and her going down. You know, standing across from Alexa, Toxic there as well between them. And Io saying into the mic, no, no, no. The Kingpin, Io Sky. And Mandy is about to say something when Io just turns the mic and just smashes it into her face. Gigi and JC a bit surprised by this. Gigi turning around and Io decking her with a big right hand as well. JC going to attack, but Io ducking underneath and taking her out as well, dropping all three members of Toxic Attraction, all of them leaving the ring, leaving just Io to stand across face to face with Alexa. Alexa looking ready for the challenge, learning to prove that she does deserve that Women's World title. Across from her, the woman who never lost it, Io Sky. For a 92, good match. Genuinely didn't know how well this would do. Io's popularity nuked when she started selling all those drugs, but still the Kingpin, Io Sky, makes her return just in time for SummerSlam. It's not a party without a little bit of, you know. 92, good segment. Speaking of good segments, it's time for the main event. This is going to be a good match, hopefully. 4v4. Triple H's chosen superstars, WWE Champion Kevin Owens, the Raw Tag Team title contenders Adam Cole and Finn Balor, and of course Andrade take on the Raw Tag Team Champions, Chad Gable and Randy Orton, as well as Kyle O'Reilly. The man Triple H will fight at SummerSlam, and MJF. Just, solid 24, 25-minute match. All 8 men giving it their shot, giving it their best. Cole, Balor, Orton and Gable having their own sections. O'Reilly and Owens going at it, having a history themselves. Owens beating O'Reilly for the title. MJF and Andrade getting into a bit. Andrade aligning with the Chosen during, his title match with Kevin Owens. And in the end, we hit the end section of all good 8-man tag team matches where everyone's hitting their finishers. And the final finisher is hit by Randy Orton planting Finn Balor with an RKO. Finn Balor was going for a coup de grace on MJF, but Orton managed to pull MJF out of the ring just in time and then slide in for an RKO for a 97. Amazing match as expected. Rating-wise, 96 Andrade, 96 Adam Cole, 95 Kyle O'Reilly, 94 Chad Gable, 94 Kevin Owens, 88 Finn Balor, 82 Orton, 81 MJF. Beautiful. Everyone putting out all their guns. Everyone has a groundswell of public support, especially Chad. He's on amazing form as well. Love it. As the good guys do come out on top here for that 97. They all get their arms raised, but then Triple H is chosen, attacking them after the match from behind. They're trying to fight back, but they got caught off guard after this long match. They're being attacked. Not the numbers, but, they're caught off guard, blindsided like that.
Bro.
And then the numbers match goes in their favour as out comes, the Broserweights, Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle here on Raw in the O2 Arena. They're already in the UK, and Pete Dunne and Riddle storm down to the ring and go right to business. Dunne and Kevin Owens just brawling it out. Riddle going at everyone else as well. They start to retreat. Finn, Cole, they get out of there. Owens getting out of there just as Pete Dunne's about to hit a bitter end. Andrade tries to get out, but Matt Riddle pulls him back in, and Pete Dunne gets him and hits him with a bitter end. And Raw goes off. Triple H is chosen, standing on the map, nursing their wounds, as the good guys, Chad Gable, Randy Orton, MJF, Kyle O'Reilly, Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle in the ring, look up the ramp. Also nursing some wounds, but it's, Pete Dunne dead-eyeing Kevin Owens, ready for his WWE Championship match for a 100. Beautiful go-home show, really good, I thought. Very happy. Raw has a very good card, I think, for SummerSlam. A lot of good matches, hopefully. We'll get some good reigns as well, but either way, I do not mind. Big returns like EO, the Broserweight showing up to save the day. Really good main event. What more could you want for a go-home show? As Raw has come and gone, ready for SummerSlam. And 2 more shows left. Let's get one of them out of the way next, shall we? Without further ado, it's time for another episode of NXT. And NXT comes underway with Cameron Grimes coming out to the ring. Cameron Grimes, to much cheers, says that he's back. Says that the Golden Guards tried to put him out on the shelf, but ain't nothing keeping old Grimy down. He says that they said that Cameron Grimes don't belong. And that's what Cameron Grimes been hearing his whole damn life. When he was a young boy with nothing, they said Cameron Grimes don't belong here. And when he is an old man right now with everything, all the money he could want, they say he don't belong here, and yet still here he is. And the Golden God said that Cameron Grimes didn't belong because he ain't got gold. Well, guess what? Cameron Grimes is getting gold. And he's getting gold from the Golden God himself, LA Knight, because he's taking that NXT Championship from him. When out comes the Golden Gods, LA Knight, Alfonso Bourbon, Socrates Torres coming out to the ring and saying that Cameron Grimes ain't got it in him, kid. Saying that Cameron Grimes can say what he wants. He can come for LA Knight if he wants. Sure, go right ahead. But all your head's gonna be feeling is the blunt force trauma I'll inflict on you on my way to keeping my here NXT Championship. Alfonso Bourbon stepping in. Not happy about Cameron Grimes caving him in last week and challenging him in for an 80. But next up, we kick off the show, Cameron Grimes versus Alfonso Bourbon. As in the end, Cameron Grimes does pick up the win with the cave-in for a 79. Good match. Decent little start. 80 Grimes, 56 Bourbon. Happy with that. Cameron Grimes gets the win after the match. Knight and Torres, of course, storm in and start attacking him. when out rushes Rey Mysterio to make the save. Just Rey Mysterio, not Dominic, just Rey rushes out and helps fight off Knight and Torres. Helps Grimes to his feet. Grimes, gets a helping hand here for a 93. Good match, good post, good opener. Good start to the show. Then we had some video packages playing, focusing on the Cruiserweight title match come SummerSlam. It focused on Trey Griffin training. Trey Griffin says that he is the champion, and people have been questioning him, but he was the one who beat Andrade, and he still got this gold. People have been coming at him, and he still got it, and he plans to keep it. He knows Roderick Strong's good. He knows he's great. He ain't planning on leaving this title alone anytime soon. And it shows his training, but then it shows a very much more intense training in the Diamond Mine. Roderick Strong training away with Brutus, with Trulius, sparring with them both. Taz screaming from the sidelines, working him through training tails, high intensity training drills. Whilst Malcolm Bivens talk, he says that the Diamond Mine is here. Roderick Strong ready to finally get some gold around his waist where it should be. His waist been naked for way too damn long, I assure you. Malcolm Bivens saying this is just a start for the Diamond Mine here on NXT. Saying Roderick Strong is going to become the Cruiserweight Champion. Saying the Creed brothers are on their way to championship gold themselves. And then Malcolm Bivens even says that the Diamond Mine's even preparing maybe the biggest diamond of them all. As it shows footage of a shadowed figure in a darkened corner. We're just with a sandbag just punching away at it. You see kind of this outline as this figure punches away at it. You see this kind of big, messy hair. As it's just hard hit after hard hit to the sandbag. Malcolm Bivens saying, first of all, though, the Diamond Mine's big diamond right now, and Roderick Strong's getting his gold at SummerSlam for a 60. Just a nice little video package. Roderick Strong, Trey Griffin, hopefully good. And Malcolm Bivens also teasing maybe a little something/someone for the future. You might be able to work what that is, but you'll have to wait. Before then, we get some, which should be good action. They're short matches, but I think they still get decent ratings. First of all, we've got Johnny Gargano. I always have to call him that, I'm sorry. Versus Ricochet, just one-on-one. Gargano getting a chance out there, warm himself up before his NXT North American title match. Gargano coming out on top for an 80, decent against Ricochet. 95 Gargano, 84 Ricochet. It was just the length, I think. If this does 15 minutes, they get like 86, 87. So yeah, fine with that. Gargano gets the win, and then, as I said, it's got North American champion, the man Gargano will fight. Gets his match against Cedric Alexander, and Swerve also picks up a win with the Swerve Stomp for a 79, 83 Swerve, 64 Cedric. Another decent match, got a crowd buzzing. Happy with that, and then Swerve and Johnny just get a chance to stare down. Both just getting a little chance to show what they can do in the ring, heading into their match at SummerSlam, which could easily steal the entire weekend, because they're both just that good, aren't they? Then we go backstage to Jade Cargill and Roxanne Perez arguing. Not happy about last week. Jade said, I told you to stay out of it. Roxanne says, no one tells me what to do. They're arguing. In walks the NXT Women's Champion Dakota Kai, and she tells them to just work it out. She says she's spoken to William Regal, a chance for them to get their anger out on each other before the triple threat match. Later tonight, Jade Cargill, Roxanne Perez, one-on-one. Deal with each other tonight. And then you'll have another chance anyway to deal with each other come SummerSlam, won't you? For a 71. Nice. Things moving along. As then out comes the family. I was have to run through my head who's in the family. We've got Tony, Madcap, Otis. Got Tony D'Angelo, the Don, Madcap Moss. We got Otis the Bulldozovich. We got Tucker Knight. We got Happy Harland. We got Don Wagner. We got Robert Slick Stone. We got Santino Marella. We got Ariana Grace. And we got Vladimir Kozlov. It's so full, honestly. All making their way down to the ring. And Tony saying that we left a message, you see. Saying that everybody wants to mess with the family. And yet here I am, Tony D'Angelo, huh? Still standing tall, still standing above everybody else, huh? Nobody messing with me. Now SummerSlam coming up. And Big Tony's got his run of the litter, huh? The Don of NXT can do whatever the hell he pleases, huh? Maybe it's time for me and my honey to get actually married without any dumbasses interfering in it. And speaking of dumbasses interfering in it, out comes Carmelo Hayes and Eli Cassidy. And Tony's saying that, didn't I teach you both a big enough lesson the past few weeks? Carmelo coming out and saying that, Tony, you can do what you want. You can say what you want. You can run your mouth. use your fists. But fair fight one-on-one, you and I both know I kick your ass 7 ways to Sunday. Tony insists like that. Santino saying, you were gonna let him speak to you like that, huh? You're gonna let him speak to you like this, huh? Tony, not happy. Don Wagner stepping in to Carmelo Hayes, saying, Carmelo, quiet down, pipsqueak. And Carmelo saying, I'll happily kick your ass as well, big guy. And Tony saying, no. Hey, come here. Bringing Madcap on and over and pushing him towards Hayes, saying, Madcap, deal with this idiot. For a 54, nice little segment. Carmelo Hayes versus Madcap Moss. It is Carmelo Hayes, of course, with a top rope leg drop, picking up the win for 71. Decent match, honestly. 70 Hayes, 43 Madcap. Happy with that. Hayes getting on the mic after the match, issuing the challenge, saying, SummerSlam, you say you ain't got nothing to do, well, neither do I. And I want to be on that card, so how about this? You want a shot at me? Let's do it then. Carmelo Hayes, and hell, Eli Cassidy here, he wants a bit of revenge on you as well, Tony. How about this? Us two versus whichever two of you bozos wants to go. And Tony not happy. And stepping up next to Tony is a Mr. Santino Marella. And Santino saying, oh, we accept that? We accept that? Tony, a bit like, okay. Big tag team match. Hopefully it'll be fun. Hayes and Cassidy versus Santino Marella and Tony D'Angelo. Banger. It sounds like a banger, doesn't it? It's sad Marcus Redding's injured, man. He needs to get healthy. 71. Good match. Good post. Good pre. Happy. I will go backstage to hashtag trending. Very, very happy still. With your next Women's Tag Team Champions, Buffer, then your boyfriend, Tiffany Stratton and Persia Prosser, saying that last week they beat Roxanne Perez and Jade Cargill. They beat anyone and everyone who stepped up. Indy Hartwell, Shotzi Blackheart, it doesn't matter. And come SummerSlam, they'll beat Charlotte and Becky. They'll beat Toxic Attraction. They'll beat Liv Morgan and Aaliyah. And Buff and your boyfriend will become the Women's Tag Team Champions. And when they do raise those titles above their head, that moment will forever in history be hashtag trending. For a 45. Nice. Nice little promo. Good. Just they're only building up still, but they're getting there. Then we go backstage. Dom and Rey Mysterio, not happy. Dominic is questioning Rey, helping Grimes, saying, what the hell? Stay out of that. It doesn't concern us. We need to focus on our Cruiserweight Tag Title match. We can't get involved in whatever Cameron Grimes is doing right now. And Rey questioning Dom's behavior last week, the way he's been acting in matches, outside of matches, this new attitude, what's gotten into him, huh? Isn't that the man I raised? And Rey saying, listen, we have problems with the Golden Gods with Spanish Fly, so yeah, I stepped in to help Grimes, just as I'm sure he would for me. Because he has his own problems with them. And that's going to continue later tonight, because I've spoken to William Regal, and later tonight, I am going to face LA Knight one-on-one, okay? And we won't argue about it. For a 94, Rey walking away, him and Dominic having some troubles at the moment, 94. Good. Another good segment. Show moving nicely. Then we have Jade Cargill versus Roxanne Perez, announced earlier. Both women giving it everything they've got. When they came up in the Queen's Crown tournament, Roxanne Perez just about managed to eke the victory out against Jade Cargill. Here, though, she cannot. Jade Cargill does get the win for a 56, still decent. 53 Roxanne, 45 Jade. Still a decent little match. Jade off her game, Sally. What are you going to do? Yeah, Jade Cargill does pick up the win here. Does pick up that last little bit of momentum heading into SummerSlam. Before then, out comes Maverick Corbin and Logan Paul. Having a good time, having a laugh in the ring. Saying that they're going to go to SummerSlam, they're going to have the biggest party. And the biggest party of the summer. Saying that they are the two biggest faces around here. Logan Paul, social media megastar, Maverick Corbin. The man feeling so happy since finding not just, you know, who he is again, but his best friend, Logan Paul. When they're introduced, interrupted, shall I say, by KSI, who comes out. And they're saying, what do you want? And KSI saying, you wanted to attack me, try and ruin, you know, my big moment, my having the theme song for SummerSlam at Wembley in my home country. That's not good, man. But Logan, you know what? I'm happy for you. I'm happy you finally found a friend, even though it is a little dumbass bitch like Maverick Corbin. What kind of dumbass name is that, huh? and saying that, you know what, Logan? That's okay. You found your friend. I found a friend too. And that's when out comes Anthony Ogogo. Anthony Ogogo, British Olympian boxer. Anthony Ogogo, who had problems with Logan Paul in the past. Remember their match at Mania, Anthony Ogogo won. Ogogo and KSI, side on the ramp, they fist bump, then they go charge down. We have a little brawl in the ring between KSI and Gogo, Corbin and Paul. Ogogo brawling it out with Corbin, KSI and Logan Paul going at it. In the end, they managed to get Corbin and Paul out the ring. KSI and Ogogo stand tall in it, whilst Corbin and Paul look very unhappy out of it. For an 87, actually, really good segment. Really nice little fun segment. Good. Before early announced main event, the NXT champion LA Knight versus one half of the number one contenders to the Cruiserweight tag titles, Rey Mysterio. Just a good match. Both men giving everything they've got. Rey can't maybe move as quickly as he does, but he's still just very good in the ring, isn't he? In the end, though, it is LA Knight who hits a BFT on Rey Mysterio and pins him for 87. Good match. 89 Knight, 79 Mysterio. Both doing really well, but it is LA Knight who picks up the win over Rey here. And after the match, Bourbon and Torres getting in the ring and attacking Mysterio, trying to weaken him before he challenges them for the tag titles come SummerSlam. LA Knight joining in as well when out rushes Cameron Grimes. Rey made the save for Grimes earlier, and now Grimes making the save for Rey, rushing down, steel chair in hand, helping to fight off LA Knight and Spanish Fly for a 90. Nice. Helps Rey to his feet. They exchange just a nod. Like Rey said earlier, he helped Grimes. He's sure Grimes would help him, and he has. 90. Good. And it ends with Rey and Grimes in the ring, looking out at Knight, Torres, and Bourbon outside of it, all their titles. Good. Nice. NXT shaped up well, I think, for SummerSlam. A nice card. Maybe the weakest of the three shows, but I'm still very happy with it. I think it's a good card. Grimes and Knight hopefully be good. Spanish Fly Series one more time. A lot of good things. Once again, match card at the end of the video. Overall, though, the Go Home episode of NXT gets a rating of 89. Very good rating. No issue with that. Good show. Featured KSI and Logan Paul. What more could you want? As the Go Home episode of NXT has come and gone, so has Raw. And so we only have one more show before we get to SummerSlam. And so let's just do it, shall we? Let's do it. The Go Home episode heading into SummerSlam of Smackdown. And Smackdown gets underway with the Bloodline coming out to the ring. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Solo, Sikoa. They make their way down and Roman Reigns says that, well, look at that. Last week, what happened, huh? Keith Lee and Brock Lesnar going at it in this ring, but who was the one who stood tall, huh? Who was the one whose arm was raised at the end of it? Oh yeah, that was your tribal chief's arm. Because you see, right now, I'd be standing here Universal Champion. I'd have a big blue belt over my shoulder. But I don't, because Brock Lesnar wants to get in my business again. He just can't help himself, clearly. I haven't given him enough ass whoopings over these past God knows how many years. He wants some more. He wants the tribal chief to deal out a bit more justice to him. And so here we are. I'm here. What the hell are you? And then out comes the Universal Champion Keith Lee, quickly followed by Brock Lesnar, all coming out, and Keith Lee saying that Roman Reigns, I was enjoying our match at Crown Jewel, and I don't know who would have come out on top in the end, but I still want to face you. And Brock Lesnar, I was enjoying our match last week, and I do not know how that would have ended. All I do know is I still want to face you, and so we are left with this. SummerSlam, Wembley, the Universal Heavyweight Champion of the World, Keith Lee, versus Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar in a historic triple threat match for the Universal Heavyweight Championship. of course, accepted. Reigns, Jay, Solo, Keith, Brock, Paul, all in the ring. Jay and Solo stepping forward. 95 for that. Very good. And later tonight, it is announced. Big tag team action. Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa taking on Keith Lee and Brock Lesnar. Big tag team match there. In ring wise, we kick off tonight with Shelton Benjamin versus Xavier Woods, the US champion, making his return. And in the end, picking up the victory over Benjamin for a 72. Decent match. 76 Woods, 41 Benjamin. Happy with that. No issue. Woods gets his arm raised, and then out comes Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze obviously not happy about the attack last week, but he says that doesn't matter. He says it's good to see Woods back. It's good to see Woods back on Smackdown with that United States Championship. And I went to you, and then you came back and attacked me, so that's all fair. Let's talk about what's next. Let's talk about SummerSlam, huh? You're Xavier Woods. The best United States champion we've ever seen, you've said. And so I'm issuing the challenge right now. Xavier Woods, Tyler Breeze, for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. Xavier Woods laughing and saying that, Tyler, you want me to kick your ass a little more? I'll gladly do it at SummerSlam and keep my US title. For a 92, good match, good post, good start to things on SmackDown. Starting off as we mean to go on, hopefully. We then go backstage to the Tribal Chiefs locker room. Roman Reigns with Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa, and he warns them not to embarrass him tonight. He says last week he smashed Keith Lee and Brock Lesnar on his own. Jey and Solo, they got each other. They got each other right now. So they should have no problem dealing with those two bums. And then he says, if you don't mind, get the hell out. I got an important meeting. For 100. Roman with a very clear message to Jey and Solo. Don't screw this up, mate. It's Jesus Christ. Tag action next. A lot of tag action, I'll warn you. This is a real tag team show, honestly. So, first of all, we got the $1 Million champion Bianca Belair and her SummerSlam opponent Rhea Ripley taking on Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo. Good match. In the end, Paige comes out. Deonna sends Lana and Frankie to stop her, but Paige takes them both out. Deonna Green distracted. Belair hits the KOD onto Chelsea Green for the win for a 66. Decent. 75 Rhea, 71 Bianca, 67 Deonna, 42 Chelsea. Fine match. And then afterwards, Deonna and Chelsea, Frankie hightail out of there. Lana tries to, but Paige gets her and pulls her back in the ring. She's intimidated by Rhea and Bianca. Tries to run, but turns right around into Paige, who plants her out with a rampage for an 84. Nice. Decent match. Nice little post. Building to those matches. Bianca, Rhea, Paige versus Deonna. Just final buildings as blocks heading into those matches at SummerSlam. We go backstage, and Braun Breaker's in his locker room and storms in Bullard, and Bullard says, nobody calls me out. He says, you think I'm weak, huh? What? I lose my Universal Championship. I get stabbed in the back by some Judases. And then that punk-ass little bitch Paul Heyman want to play games. And you think you have what it takes to call out me. Big bad Bullard. You think you got it, huh? Newsflash, kid, you don't. But guess what? By my good graciousness, I will afford you this opportunity. You want me at SummerSlam? You can have me. And I'll kick your ass 7 ways to Sunday, and then trust me, I'm going to take the beast head myself. For an 85, nice little segment, Bullard versus Braun Breaker at SummerSlam, hopefully. A good match, fingers crossed. For more tag action next up, SmackDown Tag Team Champions Bronson Reigns and Joe taking on the team of Brian Kendrick and Paul London, and it is SmackDown Tag Champs who come out on top, Reed and Joe. Joe tapping out Kendrick with the Coquina Clutch for a 79, decent match. 84 Reed, 76 Joe, 50 each for London and Kendrick. Happy with that. As then Reed and Joe get their arms raised, get their titles, and then you hear a voice as the lights start to dim of Bray Wyatt saying, Bronson Reed, Samoa Joe, be careful what you wish for. The lights fully out, and when they come back on, Reed and Joe are staring down with Scarlett in front of them. Not Scarlet the Witch, happy-go-lucky Scarlet the Witch, no, Scarlett. Reed and Joe look at her, and she looks back, and she waves, and she points behind them, and they turn around into The Fiend and Karrion Kross. They called him out, they wanted him, and here they are, and the four men brawl it out. And in the end, it is The Fiend and Karrion Kross standing tall over the Smackdown Tag Team Champions here for a 96. Nice little segment. Good. Fun. Then, next up, we go backstage. Brock Lesnar and Keith Lee in the locker room. And they say that they're not friends. We're not allies. Come SummerSlam in a matter of days, we will be enemies. But tonight, for tonight, Mr. Lesnar, you and I will be partners. And Brock says that, okay, listen, at SummerSlam I'm going to kick your ass and take back that Universal title, but tonight, let's just go kick some Bloodline ass, okay? They shake hands, and then Paul walks in. Brock's like, where the hell you been? And Paul says, sorry, I was busy for a 97. Nice. Lesnar and Lee working together later tonight. Tag team action next up is Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, the women's tag team champions, taking on Liv Morgan and Aaliyah. One of the teams still face at SummerSlam in the Fatal 4-Way. Liv and Aaliyah looking to continue building up some momentum. And a win against the women's tag champions will definitely do that, but in the end, it is Lynch and Flair who come out on top. Lynch forcing Aaliyah to submit with a disarmer for an 86. Very good match. I'm glad Aaliyah's been in an 86 rated match now. 89 Lynch, 76 Flair, 71 Morgan, 56 Aaliyah. All done okay. Lynch and Flair come out on top, get their arms raised. When out comes the Women's Universal Champion Ronda Rousey, saying that Becky lacks focus. Saying she's so focused on being Becky 2 belts again. Come SummerSlam, she's probably going to be Becky no belts. Because you can win all these matches you want, but one-on-one with the Women's Universal title on the line, you and me, Becky, I'm going to kick your ass. And then, hell, maybe you'll be so distracted preparing for it, or maybe you'll still be recovering from the asking I give you, but you're going to lose that women's tag title as well. You're on the Gets in the Ring and Becky Lynch saying that come SummerSlam, the only thing I'm focused on is getting back to what I should be, and that is Becky 2 belts. Women's Universal, Women's Tag Team. I'll have all the gold, thank you very much, because I'm Becky freaking Lynch. Until we've been arguing. In the end, Lynch shoving Rousey. Rousey shoving Lynch backwards into Charlotte. Charlotte going down. Becky not even paying attention to it. And she just charges into Ronda and the two brawling it out for a 100. Good. I mean, it's a 100. It's very good. Hopefully, a good match between them. Fingers crossed. As then, we have a promo. Because out comes Judgment Day. Edge, Black, Ciampa. They say that, well, Edge says, that after WrestleMania, he took some time away to think about what is next, to think about what is to come. And he looked over at WWE and he realized there was so much wrong with it. So much more than just Angel Garza. There was so much wrong with it. And one of the things wrong with it, he saw, was this. Big E and Kofi Kingston spreading so much false positivity and hope in such a hopeless world and business like this. And for their lies, and for what they said and did, their judgment arrived. It's just him, Black and Ciampa are the judges, are the jury, are the executioners here. And anyone else they see fit to lay their judgment upon, they will. When out comes Big E and Kofi. They say they're still standing. They say that Black, Ciampa, Edge, they can do whatever the hell they want, but they are still standing. And they say that, hell, they'd expect this from Black or Ciampa, but Edge, a legend that they looked up to. They know he's been a bit off since he lost that WWE title, but still. Big E and Kofi saying that they want to bring Edge back to the light. Back to the light he once had when he came out of retirement all those years ago, but they know it's not going to be easy. But they know the best course of action to get there, and so, to try and get there, they've brought back an old friend of Edge to try and get the old Edge back.
Go! If you close your eyes, your life, and if you
When yes, out comes Christian. Christian coming out and standing with Biggie and Kofi to Canada Mike, and Christian saying that this is an Edge. He doesn't know who this is or what this is, but this is not his friend. This is not Edge. And Edge saying, this is who he is. This is who I've always been. He says the WWE is a ruthless jungle. And he has to be top of that food chain. And everyone below him, he is the judge over. And Christian's saying, no. No, I know you, Edge. I've known you since you're just a goofy-ass teen. And this isn't you. So here's what we're going to do, Edge. I know you. And I know there's only one way to get to you, and that is with action. So how about it? SummerSlam. You and your goons versus me, E, and Kof. 6-man tag. And Edge happily accepting for a 90. Very good. Big 6-man tag team match announced for SummerSlam featuring the return of Christian. Very lovely. Hopefully a good match. Yeah, 90. Good segment. Main event time. Brock Lesnar and Keith Lee versus Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa. Not a long match or anything. You know, hard-hitting affair. Also featuring Jey Uso, who's not as hard-hitting as the other men, but still. Which ends with Keith Lee planting Jey with a big bang catastrophe for a win for an 86. Decent. 95 Lee, 80 Lesnar, 76 Jey, 48 Solo. Decent match. Happy with that. Lesnar and Lee get the win. Lee gets handed the title. Reigns coming out. And Smackdown just goes off with all three men staring down Lee, Lesnar, Reigns, staring each other out for a 100. Ready for this massive match at SummerSlam between them. Mwah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hopefully all good. Overall go home episode of Smackdown gets us a 92. Very, very good. Very good show. A lot of light blue. That's what you want. As all the shows heading into SummerSlam are somehow done. How are we at SummerSlam? Time is flying by. I feel like I was just recording WrestleMania the other day. My word. SummerSlam is select card, as always. Match card video on Thursday. And then SummerSlam is on Saturday and Sunday. 2-night event. So much to fit into it. Speaking of so much into it, what else is in the match card? Official match card video on Thursday, but I'll just run over the match card for you very quickly right now. For the Intercontinental Championship, Montez Ford defends against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Big match, Sheamus looking to win his first IC title, Drew McIntyre looking to get revenge on Sheamus and win back the IC title, the first title ever won, and Montez Ford looking for a massive win against two big guys to keep his title. We got MJF versus Andrade. Andrade, aligned with Triple H's chosen in MJF's dirty title defense. Just a good match. MJF looking to get some revenge against Andrade for his interference. Cruiserweight tag titles on the line. Spanish Fly taking on the Mysterios. Mysterios looking to win back those titles. Spanish Fly looking to come out on top. Last time they fought just 2-on-2. The Mysterios won. Spanish Fly won them in a 6-man tag. Who will come out on top here? Hardcore title on the line. Damian Priest defends against Gunter. Gunter making his full move over to Raw. And not happy with the barbaricness of the hardcore title, bringing such disdain over the mat that is so sacred. Can Damian Priest keep his belt, or Gunter slap the hell out of him? We've got Garza versus Rude. Garza looking for revenge after Rude took him out and put him on the shelf for a little bit. Can he? Find out. SmackDown Tag Titles, Bronson Reed and Samoa Joe defending against The Fiend and Karrion Kross. Big match. 4 strong guys. Yeah, hopefully it'll be good. US title on SmackDown as well. Xavier Woods against Tyler Breeze. 4 best friends going head to head. Tyler Breeze wants the old Woods back. Will he be able to beat some sense into him? Or Woods' US title reign go on? Women's World title on the line. Alexa Bliss defends against the former champ and returned Kingpin Io Sky. Io making a return on Raw. Triple H declaring her the best wrestler on the planet, ready to win back the title she never lost. Can she? Will Alexa Bliss well and truly prove she deserves that championship? NXT-wise, we've got LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes for the NXT Championship. LA Knight kicking Cameron Grimes out the Golden Gods when he had no gold, and Cameron Grimes is going to take the gold from the Golden God himself, LA Knight. Can he? Will LA Knight keep the NXT Championship around his waist? We've got Bayley versus Portela Muerte. Portela Muerte's beat Charlotte, and she's beat Sasha. Will Bayley be next? Will she fall just like the other 2 horsewomen before her? Or can she come out on top? I have to wait and see. Big tag team match. Anthony Ogogo and KSI, the hometown boys, taking on Maverick Corbin and Logan Paul. Hopefully just a fun match. Got some celebs in there. Hopefully it's good. KSI Logan Paul and Maverick Corbin. Anthony Ogogo. What more could you want? Main event of night one, though, will be Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Universal Championship. The match, building and bubbling for so long, finally, one-on-one, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch. Who will leave SummerSlam Women's Universal Champion? We'll have to wait and see. And then we have a whole nother night of action. I know. We've got Apollo Crews versus Edris Enofe. If Edris Enofe loses, he must leave Chase U. He chose to go to Chase U rather than train under Apollo Crews. So now, you know, you use what you learned at Chase U and you beat me, or you leave Chase U. Who will come out on top? Can Edris finally get his first win in WWE? Or will Apollo put him down and force him to leave his university? NXT North American Championship on the line, which should be a banger. Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Johnny Gargano. It just sounds like a banger. Fingers crossed it will be. Good rating. That's all I want. Tag team action on NXT. We got Tony D'Angelo and Santino Marella, his soon-to-be stepfather, his father-in-law, shall I say. Not stepfather, that'll be weird. Versus Carmelo Hayes and Eli Cassidy of Destined for Greatness. Hayes, Cassidy, Destined for Greatness, interfered and ruined the wedding of Tony D'Angelo, and now him and Santino, the father of the bride, look for some revenge. $1 million title on the line. Bianca Belair takes on Rhea Ripley. Big match. You know, a lot of intertwined history between the two women. Who will come out on top with $1 million title? Up for grabs, though. Raw tag titles on the line. Tag team action. Chad Gable and Randy Orton defend against Adam Cole and Finn Balor of Triple H's Chosen. Can Cole and Balor get some gold of themselves to go along with Kevin Owens's? Or Gable and Orton keep a hold of those Raw tag titles, ready for Gable to give his half back to Angel Garza? Six-man tag team action just announced. Edge, Black, and Ciampa of Judgment Day versus Christian, Big E, and Kofi Kingston. Christian is back, teaming with Big E and Kofi to try and, you know, beat Edge, bring him back to the light, whilst Edge looks to reign over everyone, judge, jury, and executioner, and provide his Judgment Day for those who oppose him. Cruiserweight title up for grabs. Trey Griffin versus Roderick Strong of the Diamond Mine. Roderick Strong, the the biggest diamond of Diamond Mine, looking to get some gold. Can he? Or Trey Griffin get a big win over Roddy and keep hold of his title? Speaking of big wins, Bron Breakker looking for a massive one against former Universal Champion Thaddeus Bullard. If he can beat the Bullard, and that's just a big statement win. I mean, he's beat Kofi, he's beat Jinder, he's beaten Braun Strowman, he's beat John Morrison, he's beat some former world champions, but Bullard was a world champion 6 months ago. Can he beat him? Wait and see. Speaking of massive matches, Jesus Christ, Kyle O'Reilly versus Triple H, no hold barred. These men want each other. Kyle O'Reilly wants revenge after Triple H cost him the WWE title. Triple H wants to put Kyle O'Reilly in his place. But who will come out on top, especially no holds barred? These two men are going to beat the hell out of each other, aren't they? NXT Women's title up for grabs. Dakota Kai versus Roxanne Perez versus Jade Cargill. The two up-and-comers in Cargill and Perez look to become NXT Women's Champion, and Dakota Kai looks to keep a hold of her championship. Who will come out on top, though? And speaking of triple threat matches, then we have the Universal title one. Keith Lee, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. It doesn't get bigger than that. Three big, meaty men slapping meat for the Universal title. I mean, yeah, that's just going to be a really good match, hopefully. Lee, Lesnar, Reigns, banger. Speaking of bangers in Wembley, Deonna Purrazzo takes on the home country girl, Paige. Paige's official return to the ring, finally, at Wembley, at SummerSlam, against Deonna. Will Paige get a big win to kick-start her return, or will Deonna Purrazzo put down Paige in front of all her friends and family and once and for all prove she's better than her? Before finally, the main event of SummerSlam, WWE Championship, Kevin Owens versus King of the Ring winner, Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne, from England, looking to become the first English WWE champion at SummerSlam at Wembley. Can he do it? Or will Kevin Owens keep a hold of the WWE Championship? It's an absolutely stacked two-night card. You're not going to want to miss it, so why don't you subscribe to see when those videos drop on Saturday and Sunday. I promise you, they're going to be good. Hopefully, I can't promise that, but hopefully they're good. Hopefully you've enjoyed the build-up. What match are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of the go-home shows? Let me know about that as well. SummerSlam's right around the corner, and I cannot wait. Thank you for watching, though. As always, subscribe for more and leave a like if you have enjoyed. I hope you have, and as always, a very special thank you for watching.